Hi there everyone, how are you all doing? I'm doing great. Today I will be discussing a fragrance from the house of Ahmed, and this one is called Ahmed Blue. So here's the bottle presentation. Blue by Ahmed. 100 ml juice or the Parfum concentration. So you may know that this is known to be a clone of Bleu de Chanel, and reviewers out there, I've seen few YouTube reviewers who claim that this one is a clone of Bleu de Chanel Parfum. So is it actually a clone of Bleu de Chanel Parfum, or what is it actually cloning? I'll be talking about it later. I'll be comparing the Bleu de Chanel Parfum with this one later, but let me first talk about this fragrance. How does this one smell on its own? Is it a worthy fragrance or not? I'll talk about it first. So this is the presentation, like nice looking presentation. I like it. You can see the design. This box is really nice. This is how you open the box, and this is where the fragrance sits. So very good presentation from Ahmed. Now let me show you the bottle. This is the bottle. Ahmed, Blue by Ahmed. Nice bottle design as well. Apart from the cap, I don't like the cap design. They could have made it something different, different shape, but it is what it is. So you can see the bottle from yellow to blue gradient. You can see the juice easily. Nice looking bottle. So this is the cap. Not a snug fit, not a click on cap, just somehow sits into position. So don't try to lift the bottle holding the cap. See, let me show you the atomizer. This is where this one shines. The atomizer is a pressurized atomizer. Lovely. See, excellent. Pressurized atomizer distributes the juice excellently. So before talking about the smell, let's discuss the notes first. I've written the notes from the Ahmed website. So this fragrance contains grapefruit, pink pepper, mint and lemon right at the top. Then the mid contains nutmeg, ginger, jasmine and iso-E super. So the base contains incense, vetiver, cedar, sandalwood, patchouli, labdanum and white musk. So these are the notes. So let me spray this here. I have the dry down of blue here on my right hand. Let me spray this on my clothes just to give you the initial impression of the smell. So from the get-go, this one is very citrusy. Yes, there is this alcoholic blast, the syntheticness, but you have to get past the syntheticness. Let it dry down. So you can't expect a 2000 taka fragrance to be made with natural elements, This will be synthetic. You have to accept the fact. This one is very lemony. The lemon, zesty lemon, this beautiful mint. This is like mint mojito kind of smell, really nice. The opening of Blue, Ahmed Blue, is very minty, very citrusy. I'm getting this lemon, zesty lemon from this one. I'm getting the mint, and there's this ginger. So there's this zesty, gingery kick to the freshness, overly citrusy to my nose. So if you like overly citrusy fragrances, this can be a good pick for you on a budget. I can easily detect the BDC style of nutmeg and the spice. So citrusy, fresh opening with slight hint of spiciness coming from the nutmeg and the pepper, I guess. Yeah. In the dry down, this one still carries the citrusy tone, but the nutmeg, and with the nutmeg, the spicy vibe is there. I can also detect this slight bit of white floral nuance in this fragrance and a lot of muskiness. So in the far dry down, Blue is actually musky and woody. The floral nuance is mild, nothing too overpowering, just tries to balance out the fragrance. But to my nose, this fragrance from the opening to the mid is very citrusy. So overly citrusy fragrances I have to say, not my cup of tea. I don't like overly citrusy fragrances, but this is a keeper for me because this is affordable and I can use this like crazy. So I can use this like crazy. I don't have any issues. So this is affordable. This is only within a budget of 2000 taka, within 2000 taka in $18 in US dollars. That will be $18 more or less. For the summers, I got this because I needed a super affordable fragrance that I can use casually. So here it is. So the smell, I already talked about it. Citrusy opening, very citrusy, gets spicy in the middle, slightly floral aspect as well. Then the dry down is woody and musky. So I'm not getting any creaminess from the sandalwood. So now if I have to compare this to Bleu de Chanel, I have been using this fragrance for Ahmed Bleu for the last 3 to 4 days. Just for the review sake, this one went through rigorous testing so that I can give you a truthful review without hyping this fragrance. So is it actually close to Bleu de Chanel? I have the Bleu de Chanel Parfum with me. See, I got a BDC Parfum decant just for the sake of this review. Let me tell you, the opening of BDC Parfum and Ahmed Bleu simply doesn't match, at least to me. I don't see any similarities in the opening. But when slowly this one starts to dry down, I can see, yes, there's this similar DNA of BDC, Bleu de Chanel, the nutmeg vibe, the slight bit of jasmine type of white floral, so the pink pepper type of aspect, and the ginger. So you're not going to find the gingery vibe in the Bleu de Chanel Parfum. So this is more like the EDT and the EDP, a mix between the EDT and the EDP. I feel like this is more close to the EDP because there's this gingery vibe, there is this zesty, lemony vibe, minty vibe. This one actually targets the DNA of BDC EDP, Eau de Parfum. So to my nose, this is more similar to Bleu de Chanel EDP and the in between the EDT. So EDT and EDP, a mixture of EDT and EDP, but not Parfum. I'm not getting any similarities to the Bleu de Chanel Parfum because the dry down of Bleu de Chanel Parfum on my skin, this is beautiful. The opening is slightly citrusy, aromatic. So I can get this lavender. I'm getting this beautiful creaminess in the dry down. So lovely aromatic, citrusy, warm, spicy kind of fragrance. I'm getting the pepper. So the dry down is really creamy, peppery, really nice. The Bleu de Chanel Parfum. But this one, like many reviewer will tell you, already many reviewer said that this is a clone of Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I don't think this is a direct clone of Bleu de Chanel Parfum, but this is just targeting the Bleu de Chanel DNA. To my nose, this is more like Bleu de Chanel EDP, but still not a one-to-one clone. If I have to give you a number, I'm gonna say this is 60% similar to Bleu de Chanel EDT and EDP, a mix between EDT and EDP. So 60%, not a straight one-to-one clone. So at least to me, I'm just sharing my experience. Ahmed Bleu on its own, this is a very nice fragrance, uplifting, citrusy fragrance. Like I told you, citrus fragrance lovers, zesty fragrance lovers will love this fragrance because this is overly citrusy, lemony, minty. So this is a nice fragrance on its own. But clone wise, is it straight up clone of Bleu de Chanel Parfum? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna review the Bleu de Chanel Parfum individually within a week. So this is more like Bleu de Chanel EDP, and sometimes it feels like the EDT as well because of the citrusy, airy, citrusy, lemony, zesty ginger. So a mix between EDT and EDP. So still, like I told you, not a direct clone. To me, this is not a direct clone. I've seen reviewers say that. I've seen few Indian reviewers talk about this one and praise this one quite a lot. They've said that this one is very similar to Bleu de Chanel Parfum, but I don't find the similarity. Bleu de Chanel Parfum is very high class fragrance to my nose. The aromatic vibe, the sandalwood creaminess, the woodiness, the muskiness from the Bleu de Chanel Parfum is excellent, unbeatable. This one doesn't match Bleu Parfum, at least according to me. Is it a bad fragrance? Hell no, this is in fact a good fragrance. If you're on a budget, if you have 2000 taka in your pocket, $18, you can go and buy this one. This will work really well in summer days. In high heat situation, this is going to work really well. This feels like this lemony, minty mojito. Really nice, uplifting fragrance. Has got some zestiness to it. So performance wise, this one on my skin, the performance is just 3 to 4 hours. Yes, 3 to 4 hours. I've been trying this fragrance for the last 3 to 4 days. This one went through rigorous testing, like I told you. 3 to 4 hours in hot and scorching heat, humid weather. So 3 to 4 hours on my skin. On my clothes, similar, maximum 4 hours. So I have to tell you that this fragrance is created recently. So this is a new batch. Let the ingredients settle properly, okay? Then I think this one will actually become good. So from 3 to 4 hours of performance from my skin, I think this is going to turn out to be a 5-6 hour performer. I feel it because this feels good. And Ahmed, they don't compromise with the quality. So like I told you, this is a recent batch. So you should actually let your fragrance sit, especially Middle Eastern fragrances. So I'm going to let this one sit right after this review. I'm going to let this one sit for a month or two, and then let's see what happens. So the projection, like I told you, is okay, nothing too overpowering, just 1 hour of decent projection. So when I apply this fragrance, I've seen people notice this fragrance easily. So for the first hour, this one actually projects nicely. So there goes the performance. Now occasion, like I told you, this is a fresh fragrance. So summertime, you're gonna enjoy this fragrance really nicely in summertime. You can also rock this fragrance in winter, in cooler weather, in controlled environment, because there is this zestiness, there's this woodiness. But I think this is going to be a summer stunner. So right now in Bangladesh, we're facing this heat wave, and I think this works really well. 3 to 4 hours. So you might have to reapply, or just let it sit for 1 month or 2 months and see what happens. Okay, this is a good casual fragrance, a good office fragrance. So no problem. Use this whenever you want, however you want. When you're going out on a date, when you're going to your office, when you're casually hanging out with your friends, this will work everywhere. Do I love this smell? No, but I like it, so will be a keeper on my desk. For the price, I can't complain. You're not gonna get BDC Bleu Chanel for the price of 2000 taka, $18, right? So except the fact that this is an affordable fragrance, I knew that this one is going to be hyped, so I wanted to actually shed some light on this fragrance and share my experience. So yeah, this is my review for today. If you like my work, do subscribe to my channel. Take care everyone. Peace.